putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Mahomes. And that one is incomplete. And the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
One of the tight ends motioning left. Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. It connects on the deep shot. And they finally tackle him after a huge gain. One last play before the break. Back to throw it. He's loaded another one up. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. So we've reached the half in this year's NFL kick. Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the 3rd quarter underway. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. Flowers now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Ravens. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. Juke the defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
Lamar back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. And how about this? A 100-yard game on the ground, but it's not the running back that's doing it. And he's showing you why you should never sleep on what he can do when he's outside that pocket. All on the 45, 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. Finds a seam down the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Still on the move, coming alive for 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. Catch is made in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Worthy. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Oh, put some heat on. It is caught at the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs start the second half with some needed points. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs get it back to a 14-point game. Butker on now to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Another run for Henry. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Forced out to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
The best offenses in the league, and I don't really care what level it is, Kate. They stretch you vertically, and they'll stretch you horizontally. You show them that same look and just push the ball vertical, they'll catch on to it. If you start to mix and match and run these guys across the field, you become dangerous.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. 1st and 10. It's Mahomes. Completes this one to Rice. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A gain of 14 yards. And a first down on the Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they're going to... Tight end going in motion here. Hauled in by Rice. And they make the tackle at the 38. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
First down, Chiefs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On target to Worthy.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Play action, Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst.
Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Up and good from Blankenship. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home team's ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team... Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. Slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, here's Lamar. He throws a bullet deep to the... He's got it inside the 25. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or 2, given the size of this lead. So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. First down throw, Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. For a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Mahomes. Gets him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. From the red zone now. Throwing the out route complete. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
This throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. Throwing again, Mahomes. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. All right, partner, it is a small step on a long road back, but a necessary one. The touchdown and that conversion drop us back down to a 2-score game.
So you're saying there's a chance, Kate, just a little bit of a chance. Maybe they got to do it again and again and again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as the medical staff heads out to check on him. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Blitz coming, Lamar. That heater is going to fall to the turf. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Now it's Jackson. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered. I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself. Here's Henry running left. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Jackson throwing here. Caught by Flowers. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch the lead to 23.